Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about my implementation of Project 1 titled Shower the People for CS422. For this project, we were asked to build a touch interactive interface for a shower and bath combination. As you can see, the entire layout has been divided into three parts representing the three walls that surround a bathtub. I have implemented several controls for this interface, and I'll be taking you through all of these controls one by one. There is a primary control panel. In this panel, you can change many settings. One of them is the temperature of the water, and you can also change the rate of flow. And as you can see, the user is given an immediate feedback about the rate and the temperature through the color gradients. And this primary control panel also has controls for switching the bath mode on and off, and for changing the water source. That is, you can either select the shower or the faucet. And finally, there's the water on and off control. Through this, you're going to stop the water flow or start it. And depending on whether you have selected shower or faucet, water on will let the water flow from that source. In order to make this interface kid safe, I have implemented this additional control, which is right now reading adults mode. When you click on it, it changes to kids mode, showing that now kids safe mode is active. What it does is it limits or restricts the level of temperature that you can set for your water. So you can have a maximum of say 6 or 7 levels of temperature, and you cannot go beyond that when you're in kids mode. And switching back to adults mode will remove that restriction, and you can increase the temperature as you wish. This lets kids be safe, and any accidents due to high temperature will be avoided. I have also implemented a drop-down menu to let the user select languages. Uh, Say, for example, you could select from one of these languages. If I choose Kannada, uh, then all the interface, that is the control texts, will appropriately switch to Kannada. And if I go to Hindi, again, the appropriate language settings are applied, and text of all the controls reflect that. Only 3 languages have been implemented. The other two don't do anything. They're just there to fill up the menu. I've also implemented another menu to let the user select different backdrops. I have given 3 backdrop options. One is the tiles. By default, the backdrop will be tiles, and the user could switch to either a beach backdrop or a desert backdrop. And that's another uh, control that I have implemented. And um, yet another menu that I have given here is the presets. Say, for example, if somebody wants to take a cold shower, then it will set the appropriate temperature, rate of flow, and it will select the shower, and it will turn the bath mode off, and if somebody wants to take a kid for a bath, then kid safe mode will be on, and moderate flow will be there. And as you can see, the drain is blocked here. This is also possible through bath mode on and off. Uh, when you have a bath setting on, the drain will be blocked to hold the water in. And also, if you were to say kid in a beach, it's a preset for kids to have a bath in the backdrop of a beach. And finally, there is a profiles menu. I have given options for 4 or 5 different profiles, but I did not implement any backend for these controls, so they are just there. I mean, the interface is just there, but it does not do any action. And lastly, I'd like to talk about calendar interface that I was working on. I couldn't get much time to finish it, but here, as you can see, I have implemented a calendar which fetches the calendar events for a particular user, and it displays the 5 or 4 or 5 upcoming events all in one little window. And I think that's the end of it. One more thing that I would like to mention here is the user could be sitting or standing, and this little developer control lets me kind of simulate the action of the bath mat having informed the interface about whether the user is sitting or standing. So when the user is sitting in the bathtub, all the controls are repositioned accordingly, and when the user is standing, they're all repositioned as it is appropriate to the height of the user. Again, the user height is somehow identified by the system. Here, I'm assuming that, and um, the user height, based on how tall the user is, uh, there are 3 different levels at which the the user controls are placed. And that brings us to the end of this short demo video. Thank you.